Hello, hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? It's really warm here, so that's why I said cool down with me. I have my fan. So, yeah. Okay. David says, hello, Mistress Mara. How are you doing today? It's really warm. I don't know about where you are, but in Los Angeles area, it is currently 94 degrees. I have the air conditioning on, but I don't know if that's enough. But yeah. How are you all doing today? Luckily, I was able to find a pool this weekend, so I was able to do that, which is really nice. But no pool today, kind of just relaxing and everything. Pete says, all the better now, ma'am, with a red heart emoji. And nice to see you on here. Welcome. ESDD says, please show us your beautiful feet. Water droplets emoji, red heart emoji, pink heart. That's a pink throbbing heart emoji. So my rule is, unless I am feeling extremely generous, is that you're going to have to press the $sign and send me a super chat, super sticker in order for me to show off my feet to everybody else. But once you do that, $5 to $10 worth or more, my feet will be shown to everybody, so everybody will thank you for it. Outshine says, is it humid in the LA area? It's dry. We're kind of in desert climate. So no, I wish it was humid. It'd be better for my skin. Matthew says, hello, goddess. Hello. David says, tell me about it. It's almost like inferno here. Yeah. Last hurrah of summer. So KK says, well, hello, beautiful 2 black hearts. Hello, hello, welcome. Miguel is asking, where are my subs? Well, they are busy because it is Labor Day holiday today. So here in America, people are either with family or, you know, staying at home and relaxing because they have the day off. FJPP says, I'm your dog with a cute puppy emoji, madam. Aw, how cute. William says, I also live in LA, and you are correct, the beautiful Mistress Mara. Thank you. And yes, I'm staying hydrated though. Like, you'll see me pick up my water bottle a lot. Probably during the stream. Da-dum-dum-dum. Nardinko says, should have had a sub fanning you. Maybe, but, you know, I feel like I can always do things better. But, I mean, I guess that gives me also the excuse to punish them if they don't do it right. Matthew's asking, is my feet sweaty, goddess? Everything about me is sweaty right now. Including behind my legs because I'm sitting. Miguel is asking, one day, can we see your subs kissing your feet in a direct live? Probably not, just because YouTube is very finicky with stuff like that. So you can go to my OnlyFans that has a lot of foot content, as well as my Mara Hegao. If you look on my Mara Hegao tier, I might be able to put it on that on YouTube. That's a membership tier. You can join that also by hitting the $ underneath the live chat and on I Want Clips or iwantmara.com. There's a lot of content there as well. Alex says, hello, Miss Mara. Some European-friendly time once again with a emoji. Hello, Alex. Nice to see you. David says, would you like a bigger air fan? No, I don't want a big air fan. I have the air conditioning running, but it's like not enough. I need more. And it goes well with my outfit. So, yes. How is everybody's weekends? Anything fun? Alex asks, how was your weekend? Oh, thanks for asking. My weekend was great. I definitely got to hang out in a very nice pool and hot tub, so that was good. Stay hydrated and staying cool in the shade. So it was fun. It was like a little bit of partying, a little bit of relaxation. So yeah. David says, I'm doing good today, and me and my mom, we're gonna go to the movies today. You watch a lot of movies, David. What movie? The last movie I saw was actually Tenet. If you guys haven't seen that, I highly recommend it. It's a really awesome, unique film. And yeah, it has to do with like time, which is very cool. It actually came out last year, but it didn't have a lot of like press, so I didn't even know about it until like this year, which is crazy to me because it had some very high profile actors and stuff like that. And it was directed by Christopher Nolan, so yeah. Alex says, sounds like a rich people lifestyle, winky face. Depends. I feel like there's a lot of pools here in LA because of the weather, and also probably because it is LA. But pools come in different sizes, so it was a nice place though. Tardis says, hi, Miss Mara. Ooh, I like that username. Outshined is asking, how long have you been been a streamer dancing. I don't know what it's actually called. Wait, what do you mean? Streaming and dancing are super different. I do like fan flow. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Or if you're talking about live streaming, because live streaming is definitely different. Someone on Twitch says, LA, God. Yeah. I mean, I don't classify myself as an LA person, but this is where I'm based. Alex says, secret movie suggestion, The Guilty on Prime Video. Super intense and innovative, from Sweden. Oh. Yeah, people in the middle, or people in the Netherlands area are pretty like crazy. Like they have really interesting movies and stuff like that and concepts. Have you seen Midsommar? Brendan says, you are so beautiful, you're so sexy, you are so hot, Miss Mara, and still have really sexy feet. Thank you. David says we're gonna see Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings, but it was a lot of people in the theaters, so we think we can see it tomorrow. Oh, interesting. M.E. says, greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. Or, I don't know if it's nighttime, isn't it, there? And CEO says, hello, hello. Outshine says, fan flow. Oh, so I've been doing fans for about, I don't know, like a year on and off. I've been trying to get more into it, but it's kind of tough because it is a performance gig. However, there haven't been a lot of events happening, and the ones that are happening are kind of like out of state, the big ones. I don't know. So, but then I also spin bow staff, and you can check that out on my Goddess Mara channel on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Alex says, it is, smiley face. Bram says, hello from the Netherlands. Oh, hello. What's the temperature like right now over there? I'm just curious because here it's sweltering. That's why I have my fan. CEO says, I love Goddess's toes. Thanks. Here, I'll give you guys custom emojis. All right. Let's see. Flip Flop says, hello, boss. Hello. Olivier says, hi. You like being a domino, or are you being just dominant? I don't understand what you're trying to ask. They're both one and the same to me because I choose to do this as a job, so yeah. Okay. Nordenko's asking, any plans on working with major femdom clip stores? Not really. I'm my own producer, so yeah. Unless they pay me very well, but I'm pretty sure you kind of have to be part of an agency or, like, you know, super niche for exposure of something. Kerr says, good day, respected mistress. Hope you've had a good time. Yes, I am. Julian on Twitch says, hey, hello. Alex says, how's your collaboration with Shinoda going? He can't resist you, can he? Non-existent, but you know, there's always hopes for the future. Kerr says, did you have any experience working with Matriarch Azada? I did an interview on her channel before, but not in person yet. Bram says, it's sunny in the Netherlands. With a sun and smiley face emoji. Yeah, it's sunny here too, but it's also 93 degrees, so Fahrenheit. So it's pretty toasty. Even with the air conditioning. It's hot. I guess today would have been a good beach day too, but I feel like everybody would have been in the beach right now, so yeah. I don't like going to the beach when it's really crowded. Even the nice ones get crowded, unfortunately, so. Okay, Kerr says, may I ask what your favorite act is with subs? Yes, well, I love receiving foot worship and body worship, but corporal punishment or what else? CBT, honestly, like I can never go wrong with CBT. It's the best. So, yeah. FJ says, Miss Mara, you have sexy feet and you're so beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate it. By the way, not that I have to say this, but sometimes maybe I need to remind people, if they're being disrespectful to me or anybody else, they're gone. Plain and simple. No harm, no foul. Alex says, what is the weirdest session request you got and can you tell on YouTube? I think I've answered this before. It's not really weird because everybody's into, you know, something, and it's literally whether or not I'm going to say yes or no to those things. But somebody wanted me to not shower for like 2 days or 3 days, and they were into armpit scents, like the smell. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to, you know, waste not being hygienic for you. I just won't. Kerr says, never experienced, but wondering if Mistress gets any pleasure out of strap play. Yes, of course. TARDIS. Okay, you can stop spamming the live chat, giving a warning. Olivia, I really don't understand what you're trying to say. Like, I don't have to pretend. They're saying pretending you to normalize the female power on man. You sound like you have a complex, but I'm not sure what you're trying to say. David says, do you have any plans for your travels? Yes, I do. I have a fully booked vacation / escapade to Hawaii, Honolulu, Oahu on the 17th. So 10 days from now, 11 days from now, that will be happening. And you guys might see me on my stories and stuff like that. My TikTok is going to be active with where I go, what I do, who I see. I don't know about who I see actually, because it's pretty much for me, that trip. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'll be there for like 5 to 6 days, so yeah, 5 days. ESDD is asking, do you have subgirls? I do. However, I want a personal submissive female. And you could watch my previous video that I put out on Saturday about that on YouTube's, on my channel there. CEO's asking if I remember any of my foot subs. Of course I do. I keep an Excel sheet actually, so I remember everybody. And I also remember who I no longer play with, so people have to be very careful about that. David says, I've been to Hawaii 15 years ago. Oh, I'm sure a lot has changed since then. As with any place, I'm sure things have changed a lot over the years. So. Bram says, hello. Do you see feet kissing the same as feet worshiping, Miss Mara? I mean, it's a form of it. It's a very, like, that's a good beginning. That's a good start. But yeah, I guess it is. Alex says, okay, not showering for 2 days is a really strange request. Maybe he's gonna find his luck at a local gym. That is funny, and that is probably more accurate. Honestly, I probably should have said that to him, because he was like pushing for 3 days, and I was like, I've missed showering maybe 1 day, but after 2, I just, even if I'm not going out, like, I just personally, I like showering. I love just feeling cleansed and just like, you know, it's kind of like ritualistic, as you guys have seen in my short film, Ritual. Like, I make it a thing, you know, and I'm not scared to shower, and I would rather shower than not. And it's not just about not showering, it's about having to share that unhygienic part of myself with somebody else because it's their request. You know what I mean? There's a difference there. There's a difference between me choosing not to for my own sake, and if I'm going to stay in my own bubble, versus me, you know, exposing that to somebody else. Matthew is asking, how come I'm not reading your questions? Because you keep on asking the same things, and I don't want to keep on repeating because it's kind of spammy. So if you don't want me to put you in timeout, then hold a normal conversation, please, like everybody else is. Outshine just asking, is it okay to ask what things happen to cause you to no longer see someone? Oh no, that's a very valid question, and I'm glad you asked. In my Interviewing Mara playlist on my channel, I actually go in depth of what I'm okay with, and I'm a pretty laid back person. So if somebody comes to me and asks politely with an introduction and says, hey, I'm interested in XYZ, is this something that you are available for? I will genuinely say yes, generally. and I will have, you know, a desire to play with that person. If we click and if everything is all well and good, no problem. It's when people start pushing my boundaries or start disrespecting me in ways that are just like treating me not even as a person, but as somebody who they're literally hiring to top them. Like, I'm not that person. If you want to go order somebody else around to top you, that's great. But I'm not that person, and you shouldn't be coming to me for that. And I think it's the people who are very unknowledgeable about the kink world and need to go to classes or need to read books and articles and, you know, not just get their kicks off from watching prawn or whatever online, you know. Okay. Alex says, I don't understand people that leave the house without taking a shower. It's just the worst to go out in public and you have this unfresh feeling. Yeah, I agree. And like, for me, like, showering helps wake you up. So I shower in the evening, actually. But if I don't shower in the evening, I usually shower in the morning because that's a great way to wake up. And I just feel like, okay, now I can, it kind of like resets me. It makes me available to go out and do, you know, my day. And then I shower again in the evening because I go out and then I don't want to, you know, go into bed with all the nasties that I've, you know, possibly picked up from being outside. Actually, since the pandemic started, like I've always had antibacterial gel in the car, like pre-pandemic, but now I'm, in addition to that, I have like a bottle of 80% alcohol that I just spray on myself before getting into a car, especially if I've like been sitting outside at a cafe or something. They don't wipe down the chairs, like, sometimes, depending on where you go. And so I will make sure that before I sit down on my stuff that I spray down. So that's the extent of like my personal hygiene. I know that might be TMI, like, why would you care? But I do. That's why when people like this ask me for stuff, I'm just like, I'm okay. Even if it's harmless, like, you know, maybe if you're at home and you don't shower for a couple days, like, then yeah. Let's see. Alex says, no power without shower, as a wise man once said. Right? Logan says, hi Mara, hello. Welcome to the stream. Nardenko's asking, how often do you receive messages from subs? Very often. I put myself out there for that, so pretty often. But yeah. Reg says, evening. Hello. Welcome. Oh, Nardenko says, not messages, massages, lol. I read that wrong. My bad. Massages. I mean, I receive a lot of massages on my feet, but yeah. Reg on Twitch says, hope I'm not disturbing. Not at all. Welcome. You've been much more polite than all the other people who were there previously, so I guess people are bored, so they're just trolling. But welcome. I'm also streaming on YouTube currently, so I'm going back and forth. Reg says yes. Oh, you're streaming on multiple servers, I guess. Yes, I am. Alex says, is there an ASMR glove video on the horizon in the near future? Probably not, because I already did my entire, well, not, actually I haven't done my entire glove collection. I did like 3/4 of my glove collection. But you know what? That was restricted, so it kind of defeats the purpose because it's not that video is not being pushed out. So why would I redo that kind of thing in my head? Raj says back and forth is good depending on the content. Slowly steps back on not being an icky troll. Yeah. And I can manage very well, so back and forth is fine. Bram says it really is a dream of mine to kiss the tops of your feet. So sweet in real life. I'll be here in LA most of the time when I'm not traveling. Nate says your smile is very beautiful. Oh, thank you. Reg says yes, ma'am. FJ says me too. 3 red hearts. Bram. Nate also says, I love the beauty of your toes as well as your beautiful arch. Thanks. I actually like the shape of how my toes make an arch at the top of my foot, if that makes sense. Because I have pretty low arches because I have flatter feet. They're not completely flat, but I have pretty flat feet. And I'm not sure if that had to do with my running career in high school. So it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna say this one more time and then that's it. On YouTube, for me to show my feet and anywhere else, you must send me a super chat or a super sticker of $5 to $10 minimum. The more you tip, the longer they stay on for everybody. Or you can also join my memberships, which give you even more perks. And the next person who joins my membership tiers, actually, I'll be able to upload another Mara emoji on there, which is a custom kinky emoji that I have created myself. KK says, a lot of foot guys in the live. Laughing, crying face, black heart. Yes, as always. But yeah. Sometimes I show my feet because I'm feeling generous, but sometimes I'm just like, I want to talk about other things too, you know? So, yes. But yes, we were speaking about movies. The other day when I was at the pool, I actually met a bunch of people who are in the film industry, which was awesome because I haven't spoken to that crowd since my departure from that industry in 2016. So that was really cool. Yeah. KK says, I hear, miss. Yes. Outshined says, your short films are amazing. Oh, thanks. I want to do more. Like, a lot more, but yeah, I have plans. So, yeah. And that's another thing too, that's another reason why I guess post, like the ritual film, it's not really a film. I just call it a short film because it's like has a beginning, middle, and end, and it has some sort of composition to each of the shots. But yeah. It's fun to make and it keeps me practicing. KK is asking, is CBT safe? It's safe if you schedule time with somebody who's a professional or who knows what they're doing, who's been in the lifestyle for a long time and practices safely. So, yes, I do it safely. Alex says, so the Miss Mara show as a Netflix original is expected in 2022. I won't say no. I mean, they already kind of have somewhat kinky content on there, so. Tommy is asking, do you love practicing ball listings? Yes, that's what CBT is. And I do it safely. So, I've even had, so I love it so much that I even suggest it to people who might not have come into the same room with me necessarily wanting to experience it. Like, I've done it to a tickle guy because he was being a brat, and he kept on being a brat afterwards. And so I just kept doing it, and then he got it. Thank you, Olivier, for your tip. It's a sad bird. But thank you. David says, I'm gonna let you go because I'm going to the casino with my brother-in-law, so see you soon, Mistress Mara. Have fun. Thank you for stopping by, David. And I will see you again soon. Tommy says, I thought CBT was more global than ball listings. I don't know what you mean by global. Like, it includes the C in addition to the B? Is that what you're trying to say? Because yes, I guess it depends on like the person. Usually when they say any of that, like, it's, Tommy says more general. I mean, it's pretty specific. It's in the name. Like, C stands for C, B stands for B, and T is like all of it. I feel like, I mean, they're pretty straightforward. And the ball bustings literally has the word ball in front of it, so I don't know. Bram says, it would be a real honor if I could kiss the divine feet of a goddess like you, Miss Mara. Indeed. Moses says, hi, beautiful Miss Mara. Love your content. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you. Thanks for watching and for your support. Outshine says, you seem to have lots of creative interests and talents. I'm fascinated by the parts of your life you share online. You're an impressive person. Thank you. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's kind of another reason why I made this YouTube channel is because I want to show people, like, yeah, this is part of my life. This is a large part of my life, but I'm more, you know? I'm a lot more. And you can see that in all the different businesses that I've began, or like just the things that I do with this business, you know? So, yeah. Alex says, I mean, it depends on how hard you do it, I would say. Light bulb busting isn't the worst. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, when I was talking about the tickle guy, I've literally punched him there. And it hurt, but he also, like, kept mouthing off. And so I was like, I guess it didn't hurt that much. Let's go again. But it's all in good fun. Like, he's fine. He's laughing and smiling after that too. So maybe that to him is light. I don't know. Tommy is asking, your sessions last 1 or 2 hours, Miss Mara? So I have a minimum booking of 1 hour, but even that is like so short. Like, it goes by so fast. So I recommend, especially if we've never played before, like a minimum of 90 minutes to 2 hours, preferably the latter. But it also depends on people's budgets. Alex asks, do you direct, probably the wrong word, the short films yourself? Yes, I do. I create the concept, I find the location, I stylize everything. I hire the cinematographer and get the models that I need. And then for some of them, I storyboard them myself. If you guys don't know what storyboarding is, go check out my behind the scenes Cocoon video. It's the behind the scenes video that showcases like what happened on the trip of when I filmed the short film Cocoon. And it shows all of my drawings of every shot. Like, I literally planned out that for that movie or that short film, I planned out every scene myself and drew it out. So that's available on my channel. Oh, and I also edit some of them myself, because a lot of cinematographers don't like editing or don't necessarily have the ability to edit, so I also take that on sometimes, depending on who I'm working with. KK says, I'm planning on getting CBT, but I'm scared a little. What do you suggest? I suggest you book time with me, and you won't be that scared. Tommy's asking if I know any other professional DOMs in the USA. Yes, I know a lot of them by name and have met some of them in person. Let's see. Mahmoud Deco says, love you. Welcome, welcome. Alex says, oh damn, I didn't know that. I study some similar stuff that's really impressive, especially if you're not that deep into film stuff. People don't imagine how much work even the small things are. Yeah, that's also why I started making these behind the scenes stuff, because I want to show people I do everything. And I have the talent for everything. So, yeah. It's also a passion of mine. That's what I do. That's why I do it. And it's a creative outlet that I feel like is combining what I already know from, you know, school and the corporate world and what I do now. KK says, I like the sound of that. Fantastic. Tommy is asking, how much time does it take to become a pro? I mean, that's super relative to, that's such a relative question. Like, it depends on the person, it depends on how much they love playing, it depends on whether or not they have a space to play, or if they have mentors, if they need mentors. Like, it really depends. For me, like, I was a natural, so right out of the gate, I was probably already a pro, but yeah. Depends. Tommy says, do you have an exam by a jury of professionals to certify you that you're a pro? Not really, but there is kind of like an unspoken, like the people who end up following you, like on social media, or like who interact with you, and if they're well known and professional, that gives some credibility, because, you know, if they're well known and they're saying how you're doing a great job, that means they see something in you, and then other people, including their fans and other of their colleagues, are going to see it, and they're going to be like, oh, let me start paying attention to this person. You know, it's just good to know who's really a pro, and, you know, vice versa. In this industry, at least. It's not good to live under a rock. Thank you, KK, though, for your message and the need to tip. Bram's asking, have you ever been to the Netherlands? I've been to Sweden and Denmark, but yeah, that's my extent of that area. So I would definitely go again. My first trip over there, though, it was awesome, because speaking of my artwork, my femdom artwork, I have a photo set titled Mommy Time, which is me tying up little stuffed animals. And I shot that whole thing myself, and edited it myself. And 6 of those were featured in that art show that was dedicated to like alternative lifestyle. So that was really fun. But yeah, not the actual Netherlands. Like, I've never been to Amsterdam, so that's on my list. Yeah. Alex says, yeah, and it's like a dream of anybody that's into movies/filming to be the director to make it perfect. When you, quote, learn about this stuff, you see other movies/series from a different perspective. Definitely. Like, I'm always like critiquing whatever I watch, even if it's bad, because then I'm just like, that's what I don't want to do, right? You never want to, like, I'm just a sponge. I keep on absorbing like everything that I see, and then I like take what I like from those things and then continue absorbing from that positivity. Or if I see something that I'm just like, oh, I really don't like that at all, but then I register that I'm just like, don't do that. So, yeah. Celine says, hello, hello. Welcome. Outshine says, have to run. Have a great day, Miss Mara. You as well. Thank you for being on the chat for a little while. KK is asking, is it possible to go from just a foot fet to a real sub? Yes, actually, and vice versa. I've converted both sides. I've converted somebody who was not even a sub, and they didn't know why, but one day they just asked me, may I massage your feet? And I was like, of course you may. I've been in heels this whole time we were playing. So I said yes, and it would be a good break. And then they proceeded they were just like mesmerized when they were like massaging. And then they were like, may I kiss your foot or your feet? And I was like, of course. You may. You're doing such a good job at massaging it. Yes, you may. And they like got hooked. I don't know what happened, but they got hooked. And yeah, that was fun. So, oh, but vice versa, I also have, because a lot of feet people are not real subs. Like, they are just into the foot thing, or like, you know, but hanging out with me as a person and then as the dominant, they become eventually like more and more submissive, if that makes sense. And a couple of them have converted into just like serving. They're like, I just want to do anything that pleases you, obviously including feet things. So I'm just like, awesome. And that way we get to expand on either sides, because before it was so narrowed, and now we can do a lot of things. Tommy is asking, do you do scenarios like kidnapping or playing a policewoman? It's not often. Most people want military, so it's like interrogation. But yeah, like that's what I get asked. Let's see. Celine's asking, can I sign the sub-agreement to serve you? Well, first of all of you people who are using the word slave, that's a no-no in my book. So either call it sub or worshippers, because that's what I call them. And secondly, to be able to sign an agreement, you have had to have played with me for about a year first. And I would be giving you tasks to complete while you are under consideration. Alex says, absolutely, yeah. You watch the series and don't just watch it. I always think like, oh my God, how awesome is this shot? Me too. And I'm just like, or because I know like animation, rotoscoping, and VFX. And when I see a shot that I know took a long time to like render, I'm just like, oh my God. Or even just the choreography of it, like especially if it's like a fight scene, or if like a building is coming down in a certain way, like it's crazy work and it takes crazy planning, and the people who work on this stuff is like the cream of the crop, you know? These people don't just hire anybody. It's people who know their stuff, who can make shots like this happen. That's who they hire. And that's what I try to achieve and bring to my own work as well. Neil Sheehan's asking, did you find the female sub you were looking for? Oh, you mean in the 2 days that I posted that video? Yeah, found a bunch of them. Because, you know, I could just pick them off the street. Brown says, okay, thank you for your story, Miss Mara. Anna says, hello. Spent the last 3 days working diligently on circuit and finally tested, but not working. Hard time debugging. What are you up to these days? Well, since you spent the last 3 days working, I have new videos posted, so you should go check those out after this stream. And since I am going to Hawaii in 10 days, I probably won't be posting any videos, because usually when I'm going somewhere, I usually have videos that I post beforehand to, you know, keep up my channel. But I think this time I'm just not going to. And you can just catch up on all of the videos that you haven't seen. Whatzel says, hello there, Miss Mara, hello. Nice to see you on stream. KK says, that sounds so good. FJ is asking, do I love dogs or cats? I personify myself as a cat, but I love both. Like, I think both are very adorable. Both have their own very, very unique characteristics of each of the animals. And I mean, I have a personal puppy, so that's very endearing to me as well. I love pretty much all animals, minus insects and certain reptiles. I just, you know, yeah. So, KK is asking, what series are you watching these days? I think the last thing I watched was Brand New Cherry Flavor on Netflix. That one's, that one's a trip. Literally. There is tripping in there. Chisato says, hello, Miss Mara. Hello, welcome to the stream. Celine says, female subs, why not picking me? Well, you have to watch my personal subs video and the female sub video that I just put out this weekend. Manifesting a true subgirl femme. Tommy is asking, what do you think of the series Bonding on Netflix? You know, I've kind of stayed away from that one, and I know I should probably watch it at some point because it has to do with what I do, and then also it's just knowledgeable to talk about or to like have a stance on it, especially because, again, it's what I do, and that's what I actually did for the 50 Shades series. I didn't watch any of the films, but I read the books at least. But with Bonding, here are the reasons why I haven't watched it yet. First of all, and I'm going to say this with the biggest grain of salt, so take it as you may with this big grain of salt. I'm really tired of cis males creating series, especially with like a female main character on a topic that they don't necessarily have personal experience on. So that's a big one for me. Second of all, I heard it was more of like a comedic, sarcastic take on this person's experience. And I also heard that the first season was not very accurate to, you know, what happens in real life. The reason why I would probably maybe watch it in the future is because the second season they actually hired a professional and they went over certain things in real life that are happening now with laws and mention it in the, you know, series, but it's still not enough to bring me to want to watch it myself. So I haven't seen it yet. But those are my honest opinions about it and the reasons why I haven't touched it yet. It just doesn't seem very interesting to me. I think my life is more interesting, so that's kind of a reason, the big reason. Okay. Chisato says, I've been looking forward to the live stream. Yes, I didn't live stream yesterday because I was still kind of recovering from this weekend. But everything's all good now. What's all says, I'm lucky enough to join your stream. I always watch your streams when you're done with it, but today it feels like a good day for me, and also love the way you say hello. It's kind of sweet. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the reason why I do live stream at all. It's like just to engage with my followers, and we talk about fun stuff. Like, we talk about everything, not just what I do. I leave it as an open forum for that, but I also open it up for anything else that we might want to, you know, chat about. And also I just like how diverse the audience is. Like, I have people from all over the freaking globe, and that's amazing, you know? I think that's really cool. Eddie says, hello goddess, hope your day is going great. Yes, it is. Thank you. And I hope yours is too. Krishma says, love from India. How do you guys greet each other in India? Like, how do you say hello? And you might also have to spell it out and Romanize it for me because I wouldn't know how to pronounce it otherwise. Because I know how to say a lot of hello and goodbyes in a lot of different languages, but that Indian or like Hindi and Hindu is not in my list, my repertoire, so I don't know. Chisato is asking, have you ever had any creepy clients? I have. There are certain people who approach me in a way via email, and if I don't really, there's like red flags that I can pick up from how they say or how they introduce themselves, and I'm just like, I'm not so sure about you. And yeah, 3 red flags is all it is. Like, just like my 3 strike rule, if somebody is trying to come at me in a way that I'm just like, I don't know what you're where you're coming from. And I ask that too, like, just to be clear, because sometimes, you know how text, you can project your own emotions through text, which is another reason why I don't like necessarily, like, you just have to clarify, right? Because things get lost in translation or things get lost via text sometimes. Like, if you're talking with somebody and you say something and then you read it later, like, you might not have gotten the same thing if a person, you know, as a person is talking in front of you. Because, like, if I'm saying something with a smile on my face and I'm, like, lighthearted about it, you're like, oh, yeah, that's fine. But if you read something in a certain way and you're just not sure about it and then you're not feeling good at that time, then you put that projection onto that text, not so good. So I always try to take that one, keep that in mind. But yeah, I've had a couple of clients that I was just like, you know, I'm not so sure about you. They ended up being fine. They were safe, but they were just kind of had that creepy vibe. But good news is, you know, I don't have to ever play with them again, and yeah. Tommy is asking, you mean the second season looks more realistic than the first one? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I just heard from the grapevine that the second season was more realistic than the first. Dapper on Twitch says, hi, how's it going? It's going well, thank you. I'm streaming on YouTube as well, so I'm going back and forth, but very good conversation is being had here. What's all says, namaste is hello in India prominently in Hindi. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if namaste was, see, this is why westernization of like yoga and stuff or meditation, like westernization of anything, it needs to come, you know, with a grain of salt, because I associate namaste with yoga because I was a practitioner for like years, until the pandemic. And I always thought that was kind of like just like a respectful way to open and close, you know, kind of the session, the scene. But yeah, good to know. Namaste. Dapper says, awesome, 2 birds, 1 stream. Definitely. KK is asking, is there any other dominatrix show other than Bonding? I don't know on Netflix, but yes, there are other ones that I've seen outside of that streaming platform, like older ones, but yeah, there are. And there's other shows also that don't necessarily have like a whole show dedicated to it, but they have dominatrixes in them, such as Sherlock, the British version. So, Krishna says namaste. But each state has its own language. In our state's language, we say namaskaram, but here we usually say hi, goddess. Oh, cool. Dapper is asking, are you a dominatrix yourself? I am. Lifestyle and pro. Been pro for over 8 years, so my anniversary was last month. And yeah, you can actually watch more of my interviews on YouTube. I have a whole playlist dedicated to that, so go check that out afterwards if you're interested. If not, the live streams that I have, we talk about everything. So we talk about video games, we talk about movies, we talk about how to say hello in different countries. Dara says, wow, that's really cool. Actually really interesting. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Welcome. Alex says, Game of Thrones, Cersei is a Dom 100%. She is C-U-N-T. That's what she is, because she's such a brat. Like, that's all she is. She's a brat and a princess slash queen, whatever you want to call her. I don't think she even deserves that title, but yes. She's just spoiled and just sits in a tower drinking wine and trying to manipulate decisions. She's probably one of my she's top 3 least favorite characters of that series. Deborah says, she's a narcissist. I don't know anything else. Wait, you haven't seen it? I was late to the game. I only saw it after all of the episodes were out, because I was like, I binge watch things and I don't want to like watch something, then wait for it, and then I forget what happens. I can't deal with that. I don't have time for that. Deborah says, I've seen the whole thing. I'm from the UK. Gotcha. Yeah. But the person that I really, really disliked the most, and he was a sadist, was Ramsay. Yeah. Period. What's all says, sorry if this offends you, Miss Mara, but to be honest, you could totally be a counselor. Just a gut feeling, but I could be wrong. So, in one of my meme videos, because I have a bunch of memes on my channel as well, wholesome kinky memes, one of them says theratrix or something. So it's like a therapist and a dominatrix, because we are also therapists, which coincides with counseling, just because we have to deal with people's pasts and traumas sometimes, and that's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. So Dapper says, it was like a religion here, and Joffrey come on LU? What's LU? They all played their characters incredibly well, all real nice in real life. Yeah, so I actually watched the ending. You know how like there's like the director's cut of like each episode? And I watched that, and the 2 guys who were producing it were like, man, we really didn't like, you know, when Joffrey's part ended, because they were saying how nice of a kid he is in real life. And they were like, but he's such a good actor and everybody hated him so much, but that means he just did a good job. And I was like, 100%, you guys were there with it, and he brought it. He was great for what it was supposed to be. Alex says, I mean, she drank wine for the last 3 seasons straight, so that's good acting life, I guess. She got paid $1 million, I think, per episode, you guys. $1 million. The only hard work that she did was her walk through the streets. That was pretty good. But other than that, come on. She just wore pretty dresses and walked around and was mean to people and, yeah, drank a lot. KK says, I mean, Cersei is kind of dumb. No, she's not. I don't think she is at all. She a C-U-N-T. That's what she is. What's else says, happy belated birthday, Miss Mara. Hope this year turns out to be beautiful for you, and I hope you find lots of subs this year. Thank you. I've actually played a lot this year for it being, you know, still crazy out there. But yeah, I've been safe about it, and everybody who's come into my world has been excellent. So Dapper says he's incredibly nice. He did some great interviews here in universities. He's very intelligent and kind, but they still all got shit in real life for their characters. See, that's a thing. Like, people don't understand that people playing the characters are not the actors, okay? Like, it's called acting, people. And they are doing a good job if you hate them, but don't hate them in real life until you actually get to know them, or if they, like Dapper says, come and speak to you personally, because then you get to see their real character. That's another reason why I like the show. Okay, not sponsored, hashtag not sponsored, but Hot Ones on YouTube, where they do a bunch of celebrity interviews, but then they also eat like hot wings, and it goes up the Scoville scale, because you really get to see the characters of all of these people come out, like, for real. They'll answer the questions, and you're like, wow, these people, like, are real people, you know? Okay. Dapper says, really sad that people take it so seriously. But that also means that they're hardcore fans too. So that's what I'll say about that. I get it. I get both sides. Tommy's asking, do you like brats in your sessions to have pleasure to punish them even more? Or do you prefer a sub who always obeys me? I love people who obey me, because I can still find really, really small things. You can always punish somebody for something, you know? And I would rather have them, I have more joy in playing with people who, like, are just good and proper. The brats, they can get a little carried away, and I don't like my buttons being pressed all the time at certain things, and I feel like brats really try and, like, push those limits. So I am not a brat tamer. I don't like brats. I'll handle them, but I don't like doing it. Chisata's asking, do you accept clients who have psychological disabilities? I don't usually have many of them, but I have played with people who are autistic, if that is included in that. It's a huge spectrum. They call it the spectrum. So in that case, yes, I have. If they can carry a conversation with me and understand what is going on in the room and have actually had experience before, yeah, of course, why not? Alex says Arya is kind of sadistic as well. I love Arya so much. She's my favorite female character. She's my favorite female character. Ugh. Krishma says Joffrey's the worst, right? Cersei's spoiled kid? Yes. No, he's not the worst. I think Ramsay's the worst. He was really bad. Like, sadistically bad. Like, epitome of sadist. Alex says, I mean, the two directors are the biggest sadists for giving us BS of the last 2 seasons. That's because they were not going off of the books anymore. I agree, the last 2 seasons are, yeah. I was very disappointed, especially the end. I was like, are you kidding me? This is how you're ending the series? But yeah, first 2 seasons, bomb. What's says, oh great, being a counselor, I'm being a counselor too. I didn't know this earlier. Live streaming, it's totally fun, and the best part that it's not restricted to that. Yeah, I agree. KK says, okay, as you want. Laughing, crying face times 2. Yeah. What's all saying, guys, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Definitely. Thank you for that. Krishna says Friends reunion talk show was paid $2 or $3 million per character, I think. Yeah, that's crazy. Even by the end of the Friends series, I think they were earning that much as well, which is freaking crazy. And you know what? It's just like, it's literally based off of people. It's like how much people are invested into the characters. I never got that much into it, but you know, yeah. Krishna says, true, Cersei's an amazing actress. I don't know about amazing, but I also don't know how, I mean, I don't know the actress very well. And I feel like people cast actors because they already have a side of them that's already kind of like that. So who knows how much of it is acting. Brandon says, I love Red Heart you, Miss Mara. Hello, Brandon, welcome. Graham says, just a quick hello to the most mesmerizing mistress, Red Heart. Nice to see you on here. I'm actually going to head out soon as well, but in a bit. Tommy's asking, do you like commenting precisely the body of a naked sub to humiliate him? I think, I mean, I don't really do that. If they're into humiliation in that way, yes. And I've done that by writing words on their body, like with red lipstick on them, and then telling them to like look at the mirror and like tell, like to repeat to me what they see. But I mean, I don't do it often. A lot of people who want humiliation are probably people who like feet. Surprise, surprise. Dapper is asking, so what's the craziest thing you've been asked to do as a dominatrix? Like, that was, nah, it's too far. I mean, nothing surprises me anymore, but I have a list of what are called hard limits, and those are just what I won't do. And one of them is brown. Like, I'm not going to do that live on somebody. I think that's just really gross, and yeah. Or Roman showers, I don't do that either. Sorry if it's TMI, but welcome to the stream. Since you're new. Dapper says, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. And then I was telling somebody earlier that, you know, somebody wanted me to not shower for 2 to 3 days because they wanted to smell my armpits. And I was like, I'm not doing that for you. No, thanks. I'm good. Alex says, yeah, from a filming perspective, it's just unbelievable how unprofessional things got. The Starbucks cup, etc. from season 7 and on. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Especially because that is the highest budgeted, like, I think TV show to this day, right? Like, each episode was like millions and millions and millions of dollars. Mackie says, aloha. Aloha. I'm going to be going to Hawaii in 10 days. So if you want to schedule time with me, book through dominamara.com. Deborah says, ironically, though, my only 2 kinks I have, JK. I was like, well, guess you'll just be seeing me online then. Krishna says, Friends is my always all-time favorite TV show, unrealistic American dream, a jobless actor, waitress, and friends living in the city, happily with friends and drinks coffee at 10 a.m. on a Monday. Yep, probably why I didn't watch it a lot is because I had no connections with any of that and didn't really care for that kind of scenario, to be honest. Dapper says, I'm actually asexual, so that's fun. Ooh. And, okay, to what extent are you, I guess? Because that can mean a lot of different things, and I would love to know more. It's not common. So, yeah. Let's see. Whatsel's asking, does spitting on a sub creep me out? Not really. At first, when I first was requested it was weird to me because I was like, you don't even know me and you want like a stranger to do that? But I mean, I'm okay with it because I'm clean, so. And I mean, it's kind of fun. Especially when other things are happening. Celine says, sniff dear Mara armpit, you have to pay. Definitely. Indeed. KK says humiliation and feet, that's not really a surprise, right? I know. Whatzel says, you changed the bottle this time. I remember a big, cute bottle. Laughing cry face. Yeah, so sadly, that one kind of broke. I like dropped it by accident after filling it up with water, and it's double walled, and the wall on the inside cracked. So water kept on pouring out to the outer wall, and I was like, this is so inefficient now, and it's going to stay as a memento instead. Which sucks because that one held more water than this one, but this is fine. This is also double walled, but it's steel. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more, I don't know, solid if I drop it again. Yeah. Mackie says, just want to let you know when you came here to Hawaii, be very cautious because Delta variant is very high for us right now. I mean, I will be very, I've been careful this whole time. Luckily, knock on wood. I don't know. I've never gotten COVID, so I've been vaccinated. I've been keeping my distance from people. I'm still wearing masks when I go outside. So I do my part, but thank you. Dapper says, like, I like deep emotional relationships, but I'm not sexually attracted to the either sex. I've been sexually active before, but it's difficult, and I feel like I have to be providing for a person I feel a connection to. Gotcha. So would you be more into like cuddling and stuff like that, and just being kind of with a person, like literally with a person in the same space, meaning like sharing your, I don't know, life, hopes and dreams with them and spending time with them kind of thing? I'm Potato says hi. I don't know how to pronounce her. Lulu, I don't know, says, what are we talking about? I don't know, different stuff. Look at the chat. I'm streaming on multiple platforms, so yeah. Whatzel says, you've just one advantage with this bottle. You could beat the hell out of a sub with this, but no comparison with the earlier one. I wouldn't use the bottle, but yeah, if you want to put it in an analogy like that, yes. Dapper says, not so much either, really. Like, I would cuddle if it makes the other person happy, then I feel a level of satisfaction of them liking it. But I have no desire myself to be intimate. I like that. I respect that. I actually know, it's not common like I said, but I know a couple of people who are also asexual, where they just kind of like, actually one of them likes attention a lot. They just like the person being there and just like knowing about their life and kind of things like that. They like cuddles though. That's why I ask, because that's what I know. But yeah. Graham says, Mistress is very prudent and an excellent example to us all. Take care, everyone. I'm off to bed. Good night, Graham. I hope you sleep well. And thanks for stopping by again. But yeah, I'm actually gonna head out in a bit. If there are any last questions, comments, concerns that you would like to talk about, now's the time to do that. Dapper says, yeah, kind of the same, like that connection you are cared about, and the cuddles are nice after the fact of the connection. Yes, yeah, same with that person. And actually with that person, like, they dress super, and this is by all means not to say like judge people by how they look, but I assumed, which is probably, I actually try not to assume, but by looking at all the clues, that person has like glittery beard that's pink and like would wear pasties and like leggings or how do you call it, fishnet stockings with like a mustache and like hair and all this stuff. I was like, for me, I thought they were super flamboyant, and I was just like, you go girl. But actually they just said they're asexual and they're not privy to one or other gender. It was similar. It's like they just have to be connected to that person. So I was like, oh, cool. I would never have guessed. Diver says, but like if Megan Fox got naked in front of me, I would feel nothing because I don't know Megan Fox. Yeah, no, I get it. Totally. Whatzel's asking, what's your favorite play that you enjoy the most while engaged in a session with sub? Honestly, anything that has to do with power exchange. Obviously, I'm in charge, but I just really enjoy seeing, like, if it's a true sub, like, I love seeing them just kind of, like, be in a subspace. Like, love being in that situation, love receiving orders, giving back to it, and stuff like that. But I mentioned, you know, corporal punishment, CBT, foot and body worship. That's kind of what I enjoy personally receiving and doing. Krishna says, meanwhile in India, stays awake at 5 a.m. to listen to an amazing mistress. You also have the option of rewatching this later, and you guys can also send me a super thanks if you liked the stream. You just need to click the heart with a $sign underneath the video after this processes, if you like to tip. And Dapper says, something really bad happened the other night though, and it's happened a few times. It's hard being like this sometimes, but yeah, have a good one until next time. Oh, well, I hope that you find the person or people that you know, want to be with and who are actually attracted to each other, you know, you and them both. Alex says, last topic, best wishes and hope you have a great time. Nice live stream as always. Just super chill to talk to you. Yeah, indeed. Thank you all for joining. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, share it so that other people can follow on my channel. I post every Wednesday at 1 p.m. or every Wednesday and Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and a live stream on Sundays. You must be subscribed in order to find out when. And like I mentioned, I will be leaving for Hawaii on the 17th, so 10 days from now, and I will not be posting any videos or live streaming unless I have the availability, but it's probably not going to happen because I have packed that entire trip with things to do. So until next time, be safe, have fun, and keep it kinky, everyone.